Hello and welcome to another edition of Atlas Information Live. We are your host, Atlas Alex, and today we are going to be doing the second part to our two-part series on meditation. Last week, we spent a good deal of time on meditation myths, what meditation isn't, what meditation is, and what is required to prepare for meditation. We spent a good deal of time on all of these conceptual aspects of meditation before we got into an actual meditation practice of the highest form of meditation, the most important form of meditation, and that is retrospection. But today, we wanted to take a step back and provide all of you an opportunity to experience some other modalities, some other methodologies of meditation, other techniques, some other ways that you can prepare yourself via pranayama, via relaxation, visualization. And the reason for being able to practice multiple techniques is because the same sort of factors apply when exercising the consciousness that apply when exercising the physical body. If one goes to the gym and only does one single form of exercise all the time, then there is a great risk that the body will adapt very quickly to doing just that form of exercise. And mechanical nature wants to be mechanical. So it will always seek the path of least resistance. And it will develop resilience. It will develop efficiencies. It will become very good at doing that one exercise to the point where it will constantly be seeking the least amount of challenge. And the exercise will end up being you going through the motions and not actually developing, not actually getting any benefit from the exercise anymore. We call this physiological adaptation. And it's a very real phenomenon in the realm of physical activity, physical exercise, specifically in weight training, weightlifting, where the muscle ceases to grow because you only keep doing the same lift over and over and over again, or maybe the same handful of lifts. So the body experiences a kind of plateau. And so we want to have an arsenal of exercises available to us to be able to change things up, to be able to attack the muscle from different angles, to be able to exercise the physical body from different angles, in different ways, in novel ways. And similarly, this type of an approach, when it comes to our consciousness, can have its own benefits, not least because by having different approaches, we can overcome the tendency for meditation just to become a rote mechanical activity, like it is for so many people. One of the interesting things that came out throughout the course of this week as we were posting excerpts from last week's live stream, we were met with many positive comments, to be sure, but also some very, we won't say negative comments. They weren't negative, but they were defensive. Many people don't like to be told that their meditation practice is not up to snuff, or that they're not actually meditating. And one of the issues that arose was this notion of calm abiding, of shunyata, or of just quieting the mind. That's what meditation is all about. That being at peace, quieting the mind, settling everything down. And we had to make a point of responding to all of those comments on the basis of, well, congratulations, you just described the beginning of meditation. There are many people under the impression that that is what meditation is, that you quiet the mind, you achieve a level of peace, you slow everything down to the darkness, to the blackness, to the stillness, to the nothingness, and then you just sit there and spend time in there. And that's meditation. But as we described in the full live stream last week, this is the beginning of meditation. This is the point at which meditation can actually begin. And even as a 5-year-old, we knew intuitively that closing our eyes and seeing the blackness and getting to a place of calm abiding where nothing else was there, nothing else mattered, nothing else existed, just the darkness, the blackness, the stillness, the quiet. We knew that there's something in there. There's something beyond. Meditation is the process of reaching it, of seeking it, of reaching it, and of receiving from it that which we need to see, that which we need to know. The purpose of meditation is to receive information. Now, one of the comments said, oh, well, meditation is for beginners. Meditation is for the noobs and the newbies. And once you've mastered meditation, you live your life as a meditation. You don't need to sit in a posture anymore and meditate. You make your whole life into a meditation. That everything becomes a meditation. That the purpose of meditation was to be able to turn your entire life into meditation, which essentially makes meditation obsolete and useless at that point. This was the argument that a certain individual was making in their comments. And this individual pointed out that many people have stated this. And again, this is a reflection of this fundamental misunderstanding of what meditation is. We take nothing away from their point. Everything that one does, almost, can be turned into a meditation. For example, we have shown wood turning videos. We have shown pottery videos, glass blowing videos. And you yourself in your life, whether it's painting, any type of handicraft, even cleaning the house, loading the dishwasher or unloading the dishwasher, doing the dishes in the sink, you name it, anything can be done in a meditative way. We do not deny that. We do not argue the point that the individual is making when it comes to turning your life into a, quote, meditation. It is possible. But it's not really a meditation. a specific thing that you do, like wood turning or pottery, or there might be one specific thing that captures your focus and concentration to such a degree. It could be playing music, it could be dancing, it could be yoga, that so focuses your attention and concentration and so completely envelops you and your consciousness that it becomes a waking meditation. We don't deny that possibility. But the rest of your time and your activities that you are doing requires that you have one eye in and one eye out. And there are so many things to pay attention to be mindful of, that really we're just talking about self-observation and self-remembering. In other words, mindfulness ratcheted up in intensity and focused concentration. It's not a meditation. Anyone who thinks that they can be meditating 24 hours a day doesn't really know what true meditation is. Because if they did, they would know that it is all but impossible to sustain that 24 hours a day while you are physically moving about, while you are having conversation, and certainly while you are confronting circumstances, situations, and others in a dramatic, conflict saturated environment. The only individuals that could come close to embodying that and experiencing that 24/7 would be resurrected masters. We are not that. And if someone believes that they can do what a resurrected master can here in their unawakened mortal self, this is just the utmost in mystic pride. They're just kidding themselves and fooling themselves and sending entirely the wrong message to others. So again, there is a great deal of misunderstanding, misconceptions, and frankly, erroneous beliefs around meditation. So hopefully today, by doing some more practices, we can arm you with more experience, yes, but also with a more robust toolkit that you can use in your own practice. To do what? To have different angles by which you can connect to your innermost. Not just your innermost being, but the being of beings. And receive information. Because the one point that that individual made in their comment, which was valid, is that the purpose of meditation is to give us a way of practicing, of exercising, in order to develop the capacity to receive information from within, from our innermost. And then take that capacity, know that feeling, know the flavor of that, and be able to take that capacity with us out into the world, into our lives, so that we can access that source of information with us when we need it most, and preferably at all times, in all circumstances. Does it mean we are meditating when we are doing that? Well, we are here now doing this live stream. We have computer technology to worry about, microphones, cameras, inputs and outputs. We have to be awake, our eyes open, physically speaking, audibly speaking. Are we meditating here and now in this moment? But this mortal self, you see, this person is receiving information from his innermost being, and he is relaying that information to you. But is he meditating? Objectively, no. I am not meditating here and now. I'm doing a live stream for all of you. And I'm keeping an eye on the comments. There are a couple that we will get to in a moment. And I'm watching all the other technology and making sure that the connection is solid and stable and all of these other things I have to be mindful of. But as I've stated very often, I am just a messenger. I'm passing along information that I'm receiving from Attlas. And we are here performing this activity for your sake. But where did we develop the ability to do so? How did we develop an ability to be able to convey to you information that we are receiving from within? If not through hours and hours and hours and hours in the gymnasium of the consciousness, in the gymnasium of meditation, lifting conscious weights, developing that muscle, developing that capacity of the Buddhic body, the sixth dimensional vehicle of the consciousness. So this notion that meditation becomes obsolete once you have learned how to quiet the mind and then can go through your life with a quiet mind and a blank mind and just do everything with a blank emptiness of mind completely misses the point. Because to be in a meditative state, the artist, the craftsperson, the master plumber, or the master baker is following their bliss. They've dedicated and devoted their life to that craft. It becomes truly meditative for them when they, the artist, the mortal artist, is embodying the innermost artist. And it is with that tremendous wisdom and experience and artistry, the capacity to focus and concentrate and pour oneself, one's passion, one's love into one's work. This is the true meditative state. To be a conduit. And we've described this. How often and in how many ways have we described being the vessel which draws water from the well, from the fresh mountain spring, and then pours forth that water for the sake of the village, that pure, crystal clear water which springs forth from the fountain. So it's meditation which allows us to develop the capacity as a vessel to empty ourselves and to cleanse ourselves of all filth, so that when we go to that spring and we allow that pure water to fill us, that water doesn't become tainted and rancid and putrid, so that we can pour it forth in such a way that it remains as pure and refreshing and nourishing and life-giving and life-altering as it was when it sprang forth from the eternal spring. This is what meditation is for. Everything that people talk about in terms of quieting the mind and this and that and the other thing, there again, we reiterate what we mentioned last week. They are just describing the precursors, the baseline, the absolute bare minimum that is required in order to proceed deeper into that. It is like we are drilling down into the darkness, seeking to make the connection with the source of that spring water. It's like we're digging a well into ourselves so that we can draw from the waters of life, the waters of knowledge, the waters of truth and beauty and love. And if one does not set aside time every day to drill, to dig into oneself, and if one does not practice drawing upon the information and using what they receive in their life. You see, self-observation and self-remembering is there so that we can receive the still soft voice and know it and discern the difference between the voices in the mind and the still soft voice of the heart, which can advise us moment by moment on so many facets of our life, so many decisions that we need to make, so many crossroads that we face, or conflict or adversarial circumstances. But it's just like anything in life. A musician or an actor or a performer of any kind does not step out onto a stage to give a performance that they have not first rehearsed, that they have not first practiced. No musician, we could say classical musician here, but it's very often the case with any musician, especially musicians that deal with repertoires of music. It might be different for rock musicians and other type of musicians that are on tour that are playing the same album songs or the same library of album songs that they wrote and played for the last 15, 20 years, and they go out on the road and they're playing the same thing over and over and over again. They've played it a million times in a million locations. Maybe they don't have to practice and rehearse those anymore, but they still do a rehearsal. Every venue they go to, they still do something called a technical rehearsal, and they have to go through the sound checks, and they have to go and prepare themselves for their performance in that particular venue, because every venue is different. Every circumstance we face is different. Meditation allows us to practice, to rehearse, and to do the technical rehearsals so that when we face new circumstances and new situations, We have within us the experience, the capacity to face the unknown and be able to draw on that source from within us to help guide us in the navigation of the new and the novel and the different and the challenging. So all of this, you see, is part and parcel of the importance of meditation as a practice. And that's why we call it practice, because practice makes perfect. And we know that there will be people who this will be in one ear and out the other, and they will just go on doing whatever it is that they've been doing the same way they've always been doing, and they'll believe that they're living their life 24/7 as a meditation. And sure, that's fine. Everyone's entitled to live their life as they will. But it's a shame that so few individuals seek to be able to consciously bring into the world that which is within them. There is that line from the Gospel of Thomas, we believe, right? If you bring forth that which is within you, that which is within you will liberate you, will give you life. But if you do not bring forth that which is within you, that which is within you will destroy you. And this is why mystic pride and false beliefs and conditioned habits around even the most fundamental aspects of the path, such as meditation, can be so insidious and dangerous, and why we are so passionate about reaching those individuals who they get to a certain place and then they stop. They just keep going on that same level and they never progress beyond there, believing that they either have reached the pinnacle already or believing any number of other grifts of the rational mind that keeps them on that plateau. But of course, we know that nothing stays constant, nothing stays the same. So that plateau eventually starts to degrade. That plateau eventually starts going in the other direction due to the law of entropy, the mechanical law of entropy. Because if it's mechanicity that's keeping you at a plateau, it's mechanicity that's going to cause you to start slowly going on the downward spiral. And it might be so gradual, you might not even notice it. So we just wanted to spend a few moments to follow up on some of the responses to last week's presentation on meditation myths, because they are so vast and so deeply entrenched that it truly is a tremendous uphill battle to try to expand people's consciousness, to see and to know meditation for what it really is and for what it really is for. All right, Joanne is here and she says, "Greetings, Attlas. Happy to be here today. Peace and blessings to all." Tiffany is here, and in some very, very small font or something, she made a comment which we cannot read because the font is too small. But welcome, Tiffany. We're glad to have you with us. So, without further ado, why don't you put yourselves in a very comfortable position? Make sure that you'll have no distractions. Jennifer Christie says, happy Sundays, happy sunny Sunday. Thank you, Jennifer. Happy sunny Sunday to you too, and welcome. So make yourself comfortable. Make sure you won't have any distractions, or try to do your best to limit the sources of distractions that might break your concentration or your focus. And we're just going to begin just by closing our eyes. Again, you can do this lying down in a chair. If you prefer the lotus position, by all means, you may sit in the lotus position if that is very comfortable for you to sustain that with a straight spine. One of the important aspects when we do meditate is we want our spine to be relatively straight, or as straight as we can manage it. We don't want to be twisted and on angles, and right? We want our spine to be straight. And that's generally true for most spiritual practices, because the prana flows much better when the spine is straight. It doesn't have to be erect, so we don't have to be sitting up, but you also don't want to be in a situation where you're, for example, sitting in a chair, like a beanbag chair or something, where your spine is curved in an unnatural way, or you get the idea. So we'll begin today by describing the first technique that we're going to be walking you through. Now, it's difficult to prepare for this, other than we've discussed this before, this methodology. We've described it before as psychological judo. And hopefully everyone knows what a judo master is and does, what the martial art of judo involves. And basically, it's where the defender uses the kinetic force of the assailant against them. And it redirects the force and energy of the assailant into the defense to deflect and repel the assailant. And if you've seen someone practicing judo, usually it's some sort of demonstration with a judo master in the middle and his students trying to attack him, and he's just repelling them all. And the judo master uses the absolute minimum amount of force, the minimum amount of energy, simply to redirect the energy of the assailants and basically turn their attacks against themselves. As we prepare ourselves and go deeper into meditation, the mind will present all sorts of thoughts to us, images, sounds, songs, memories, fantasies, you name it. And our physical body may present discomfort, an itch will develop here or there'll be a muscle spasm or some other distraction. Our emotional body can likewise act up. We may suddenly be overcome with fear, with anxiety, with sadness, with anger, with some strange craving or desire for something. And then thoughts will come and wrap themselves around that, and the three brains of the human machine, the emotional, the mental, and the motor instinctive sexual centers, they will all start assailing us. Our quietude, our attempts to relax and focus and concentrate, our attempts at preparing for and beginning meditation will come under attack. And our conscious awareness, our attention, will be pulled this way and that way and every way. So, to know how to respond to those distractions, be they mental, emotional, energetic, or physical, we have to practice that. And so that's where we begin today. Because, believe it or not, what this modality of meditation is possibly the simplest and most effective for achieving shunyata, or calm abiding, that quiet place of the quieting of the mind, with the caveat that it takes time. It takes time and tremendous patience and vigilance. So this is not, it's not like any form of it's not like any form of meditation is passive. But psychological judo is especially not passive. It is not proactive, and it is not reactive, but it is absolutely active and responsive and vigilant in its focused concentration and relaxation. So, to begin, put yourself in that relaxed position. Close your eyes. We will begin with a different pranayama than the one that we did last week. Last week, we shared with you our preferred methodology. But this week, we will do a Hamsa pranayama. So, again, remaining relaxed, doing a quick scan of your body from your balls of your feet up through your calves, through your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your gluteus maximus. If you find any tension, any stress, breathe in through your nose and out through the mouth and let it go. Move your conscious attention into your hips and upwards into your abdomen. Your rib cage, as you're breathing and breathing into your solar plexus, into your belly, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Continuing, scanning it to your upper chest and your shoulders. Let them, if you're sitting, let your shoulders hang. If you're lying down, let them fall into the mattress. Your upper arms, your biceps, your triceps, your elbows, your forearms, your hands. Are you clenching your fists? Are you holding any tension anywhere? Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth and let it go. And now your neck. If you're lying down, hopefully you have a rolled up towel or a very low pillow that's supporting your head so that your neck is straight and aligned with your spine. If you're sitting up, then you are neatly and gently balancing your head on your neck above your spine. Scan the back of your skull, the top of your head. Move your attention around to your forehead, your eyebrows. Are you holding any tension there? Any stress? Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth and just release it. Feel into your sinuses, into the muscles of the face, into muscles of your eyes, your eyelids, and the muscles behind your eyes, muscles of the jaw. Breathe in and let them all go. Now just breathing normally. We want to visualize 2 energetic channels intertwined about the spinal column. These channels are called Ida and Pingala. They are also known as Adam and Eve. They're the masculine and energetic nadis of the 4th dimension. And they extend all the way up, intertwined about the spinal column, all the way to the top of the head, to the crown chakra. And as we breathe in, we can mentally pronounce the mantra Ham and visualize 2 points of light rising up through these energetic channels from the root chakra all the way up our spinal column to the crown chakra on the in-breath. In through the nose. And mentally pronouncing the mantra Ham. Ham. And now at the top of the head, you can visualize a tongue of fire and pronounce the mantra Tss, and then release it into the heart. So we'll walk it through again once. As you inhale, you're going to mentally pronounce Ham, and then hold the energy at the top of the head in the crown chakra and pronounce S. And if you wish, you can move the energy from the crown chakra around to the 3rd eye while you are pronouncing S. And then before releasing that energy into the heart with a sa. So we are going to do this breathing in through the mouth so that we can give you a sense of doing the mantra, even though you do this in through the nose and you pronounce the mantra mentally. But because we're not together in the same room, we're going to do this the best as we can together. But you can breathe, you can do this on your own time. You don't have to do it in unison with what we're doing. It's just we're on a visual medium, so we're going to give anyone watching something interesting to visualize and to listen to. So again, breathing in through the nose. And inhale. And relax. Try to maintain your relaxation while you do this. And inhale through the nose and pronouncing mentally, ha. You can continue doing the Hamsa pranayama, or if you wish, you can switch to the pranayama we taught you last week, which again is just a relatively short in-breath through the nose, holding it in the top of the head, and then slowly releasing it down around the third eye and into the heart without making any audible sound. Check in with your body, make sure you're relaxed. Focus and concentrate on the breath as it rises up the spinal column, as you hold it at the top of the crown chakra, concentrate, move it around to the third eye, and slowly release it into the heart. Focus and concentrate on your heart as you release the breath into it. Now, breathing normally, just in through the nose and out through the nose, just normal. Every now and then you might have to take a deeper breath, like giving out a sigh. And that's perfectly normal. Doing pranayama, you might have an urge to yawn, which is perfectly normal. Just put your conscious awareness, your attention, just on your heart and focus and concentrate between your third eye, the space between your brow and your heart. Those 2 points are coincident. They may feel separate now, but focus, concentrate. And as you concentrate on your heart, over time, those 2 points will become as one. So as you concentrate, you should feel your third eye. As you concentrate on your heart, on the out breath, at the end of the out breath, feel yourself falling deeper in towards your heart, focusing and concentrating with your third eye in deep towards your heart. Check in with your body, make sure you're relaxed. Anywhere you find tension, breathe into it and let it go. And then return to your meditation, your focused concentration, falling deeper with each out breath into your heart, being led by your third eye. As you proceed with the practice, you may notice thoughts arising. As a thought arises, pay attention to it. Don't identify with it. Don't attach to it. Just acknowledge it and let it go. If it persists, keep watching it. Breathe in and let it go with an out breath. And return to your meditation. Falling deep into your heart, led by your third eye, by your concentration. Your concentration on your heart. Relax. An emotion may arise, a sensation in the body, or another thought has come and replaced the first one. Observe it, acknowledge it, and let it go. A sensation may arise, an itch somewhere in your body, or a muscle spasm, or some other phenomenon. Observe it. Breathe into it and let it go. If it persists, just observe it. Don't judge it. Don't comment on it. Try another breath. Breathe into it and let it go. If that sensation still persists, that itch or that spasm or whatever it may be in your body, shift your focused concentration into that sensation and dive deep into the sensation. Go into the itch. Go into the muscle spasm. Led with your focused concentration of your third eye. Dive deep into it. Let it be your portal deeper into yourself. And keep diving deeper and deeper and deeper into that itch until it's finally gone. And when it is left, relax. Return your concentration to your heart and continue with your meditation. Anything that arises, mental, emotional, energetic, physical, just observe it, acknowledge it without judgment, without identification, and let it go. And relax. And turn your concentration, your third eye, to your heart. Thought after thought after thought can arise. Each one you acknowledge, you recognize, and let it go, with or without a breath. Just let them pass. Don't try to avoid them. Don't try to indulge them. If you find yourself suddenly having been caught up in a train of thought, and you catch yourself having gone down a rabbit hole of a stream of consciousness, you have followed one thought after another, and you catch yourself on the end of a train of thoughts, don't judge yourself. Don't berate yourself. Just relax. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Relax and let it all go. And return your attention back to your heart. Whatever arises, acknowledge it and let it go. If you're distracted, taken on a little journey by your mind. And you catch yourself, relax, breath, let it go, and return your concentration to your heart. Your third eye and your heart as one. Relaxed, focused, concentrate. You can continue this process of psychological judo, just acknowledging and letting go, thought after thought after thought, emotion after emotion, stream of consciousness after stream of consciousness, sensation after sensation after sensation, until eventually the mind will run out of steam. Eventually, the mind will stop hurling thoughts at the wall of your consciousness, hoping something will stick. Nothing can stick. Because as they come in, you recognize them, acknowledge them, just let them pass right through you, right over you. Nothing can stick to your consciousness, which is Teflon coated. And even if you find yourself distracted momentarily, relax, let it go. No judgment, no condemnation, no berating yourself. Just return to the meditation. Your third eye and your heart is one. As you lead your journey into your heart by your third eye, focused and concentrated. And once all of the thoughts and emotions and sensations have stopped, have ceased, doesn't mean that an occasional thought won't pop up. This modality, this technique of meditation is useful because no matter what meditation you practice, these breakthrough thoughts and emotions and sensations can always pop up and try to distract us. So by practicing psychological judo, you will always know how to deal with them without any self-judgment, without any identification, without any attachment, without any shame or guilt or frustration. You'll simply acknowledge them and let them go. And no matter what meditation you do, you may discover yourself at the end of a series of thoughts that you have been taken on a side quest, on a little tangent by your mind. And again, by practicing psychological judo, you can catch yourself, recognize the tangent that you've been on, and bring your consciousness back to the beginning of that tangent. What was the thought? What was it that sent you off on that tangent? Do a little retrospection on that tangent and identify what it was, what thought, what emotion, what sensation sent your consciousness down that rabbit hole. And bring yourself back to your meditation and breathe and let it all go. But knowing what led you down that tangent is valuable, because this can happen at any time in any meditation that we do, in any technique, during any visualization, during any prayer. Practicing psychological judo prepares us for these interruptions, for these attempts at hijacking our consciousness. Acknowledge them and let them go. Let them pass. So that no matter what technique you are doing, if you practice psychological judo, you will have an ability to deal with those interruptions without frustration and without shame. And you will know that no matter what your mind or your heart or your body throws at you while you're meditating, you can always sidestep, observe them, acknowledge them, and watch them pass by you and through you and over you. And eventually, the mind will quiet, the heart will be still, and the body will be completely relaxed. Now, we're not going to assume that everybody is in that state, but because we don't have windows into people's souls, and everybody is different, everybody's at different levels, we have to move on to our next technique. So hopefully you all still have a focused concentration, and that you have been focusing and concentrating on your heart via your third eye. And I wish you to expand your focus. Bring your conscious awareness to the whole of your body. Feel yourself inside your body, your physical body. As you breathe in, feel the breath filling out every square inch of your physical body, as if you were inflating yourself with the air as you breathe in. Let the breath and the prana and the breath guide your consciousness. Feel all the sensations of all the hairs on your body, where the hair attaches to your skin through the follicles. Bring your attention to the fleshy fascia underneath the skin. Put your conscious awareness on your muscles and your musculature and relax, relax. You may feel yourself tensing up. Your muscle is not accustomed to you paying attention to it. Your body is not accustomed to you putting this much concentration and focused attention on it. The mechanical machine is uncomfortable with this much conscious attention. So it may start tensing up. So relax. And really feel into those muscles with your consciousness. Muscles of your arms, of your chest, of your back, your abs, your lower back, your quads, your hamstrings, your gluteus maximus. Relax. Really feel them. Your calves. And then your feet. Go deeper now. Go into your nervous system. To the balls of your feet that are so sensitive, that are so ticklish. Feel the nerve endings in the balls of your feet. And throughout your skin. You may start feeling a tingling sensation as you focus on your nervous system, scanning up through your body, all the sensitive areas of your body, all connected through this network. Relax. Feel into your nervous system, your conscious awareness, your attention. Become one with it. Focus, concentrate, visualize. Relax. Of course, those bundles of nerves collect in the spinal column. The great trunk line of communication in the body, stretching up through the vertebrae, the spine and the neck to the brain. Feel your brain. Put all your conscious attention and awareness into the central processing unit. It's processing all the inputs and outputs of that nervous system. Feel it all connected. Feel all of the signals in your body, throughout your body. Relax, relax. Again, your nervous system is not used to all of this conscious attention. And so it might trigger and fire in strange ways and trying to tense up muscles in the process. So just relax. Breathe. Visualize. Your brain, your nervous system consists of some of the softest, most delicate tissue in all of nature. It is fitting that it is complemented by your bone. So from your consciousness, switch your consciousness from your brain to your skull. that which contains your brain. And move your consciousness into the bones of your body. Feel the bones of your neck, and the bones of your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Feel your spinal vertebrae, your rib cage. You feel it expanding and contracting as you breathe. Feel into your pelvic bone. Carries so much weight. Your femurs, upper and lower leg bones. Your feet, relax. If you feel at any time tensing up as you do this, remember to relax. Always check in with yourself and relax. And shift your attention back to your torso, to your rib cage. Within that protective cage of bone lie your organs. As you breathe, feel your lungs expanding. Put your conscious awareness into your lungs, into your physical heart. Can you feel it beating? Relax. How about your stomach? Is it full? Is it empty? Is it growling? And what about your liver? Put your conscious awareness into an organ which you probably never even think about. And your kidneys. Your spleen. Your digestive tract. Relax. With your conscious awareness, become aware of the whole of your physical body. From the top of your head to the tips of your toes, to the tips of your fingers. All of the systems, all of the organs, all united, all one. And recognize start breathing a little more deeply into this whole body. Feel every organ receiving that breath. All of your bones, all of the nervous system, all of your muscles. Everything expands on the in-breath and contracts on the out-breath. Be aware and conscious of your whole physical body. Now on the next in-breath, take in a nice deep breath and hold it. Fill out the whole of your body with the energy, with the prana, with the breath. And then say to yourself in your mind's eye, I am not this body. And breathe it out. And dive deep, deep, deep. Go beyond your physical body. Go deeper. Go to your body of energy. Go to your body, your vital body, your body of prana, your body of chi. Put your conscious awareness on the vital body, the foundation of the physical. Relax, breathe, feel the energy that is the foundation of the physical body, the foundation of everything. As you breathe in, feel the prana filling up your energy body. And as you breathe out, feel the ebb and flow of the prana then releasing, the negative energy releasing from your body, down through the balls of your feet, or through the bottom of your body into the mattress if you're lying down. On the in-breath, feel the energy, the prana filling your energy body, every corner of it. And then breathe out the negative energy. All the tension, all the anxiety, all the frustration, just breathe it out. And feel the fluctuations, the tingling sensations, the electrical currents of your vital body. You can feel into the nadis that are intertwined about the spinal column. Spend a moment exploring your energy body. In more advanced levels of this practice, once you've had more experience, you can put your consciousness into the energetic, vital versions of your organs. In other words, the flesh, skin of the vital body, the muscles of the vital body, the nadis, the nervous system of the vital body, the bone of the vital body, and the organs of the vital body. As above, so below. For every physical aspect of the physical body, there is an energetic aspect, a complement of the vital body, of pure energy. And relax and concentrate and visualize this glowing energy body, this foundation. It is the source of all our vitality, the vital body, the body of chi, the body of prana. As you breathe into it, And breathe out and feel the expansion and contraction of the pranic vital body. Breathe a little more deeply. Feel it expanding a little bit more. And as you breathe out, contracting a little bit more. And on the next breath, take a nice deep breath in through the nose and hold it. And hold it and feel the prana filling out and expanding. And as you hold your breath, feel the tingling of the prana all throughout the foundation of your body. And as you release the breath out through the mouth, let it all go and say, I am not the vital body. And dive deeper, deeper, deeper into yourself, in through your heart, through your third eye. And dive. And dive. Let the vital body go. Dive deeper and deeper. Breathe into your astral body. Relax. Concentrate. You've left the vital body behind. You've now dove deep into your fifth dimensional astral body. This is the body of emotion. Your emotional body. This is the body that feels anger, sadness, happiness, joy, frustration, elation. Relax, just breathe normally, but fill in your emotional body. Relax, concentrate. If it helps you visualize, if it helps you to visualize, then visualize. See yourself, see this glowing astral body as you breathe into it and feel it expanding ever so subtly. And then breathe out all the negative emotions. As you occupy your astral body with your consciousness. Focused and concentrated. As you breathe in and out, feel the fluctuations in the emotional energy of your astral body. Start breathing in a little more deeply, expanding it on the in-breath and releasing on the out. Feel the astral body expand and contract with every breath. And again, a little more deeply. Relaxing on every out breath. And on the next in-breath, you want to breathe in, fill your astral body with all of your breath and hold it. And feel your emotional body, your astral body in all its fullness and all its voluptuousness. And say in your mind's eye, say, I am not this body. And breathe out. And dive deeper, 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 deeper. Leave your astral body behind. As you go deeper, concentrate. Let it go, your astral body. Just let it go. With each out breath, go deeper. The astral body is made of two planes, two worlds. The emotional world and the mental world. So now, enter into your mental body. How is it different? Feel the subtle yet significant difference as you breathe into your mental body. This is the body of intellect, the body of thought. The body on the mental plane. Everything is very analytical in this body. Everything is very, very mechanical in this body. Relax. With every out breath, let go and go deeper into your mental body. Fill it out with your consciousness. Every inch, every nook and cranny. The mental body extends from the top of the skull to the balls of the feet and beyond. The mental body is like a spacesuit that we wear. That's why we can sense, and we can know, and we can have telepathy. As we can reach out with our mental body. Relax. Breathe into your mental body and feel it filling out, and then breathe out. Any agitation, any mental stress, any questions, any problems, any questions. Just be in your mental body. Start breathing a little more deeply. Fill your mental body with a little more of your breath. Feel it expanding and contracting as you breathe out. The ebb and flow of the prana of the mental body, the akash of the mental body, the energy of your Divine Mother as it manifests on this second world of the fifth dimension, this secondary plane, the mental plane. And relax on the out breaths as you're taking slowly deeper breaths. Stay focused and concentrated and relax. Now on the next in-breath, take a nice deep breath and really fill in your mental body. Feel yourself in your mental body and hold your breath and really feel your mental body. And now say in your mind's eye, say out loud, I am not the mental body, and breathe out and dive deep, 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 deep. Leave your mental body behind. Dive deeper and deeper into yourself. Abandon your mental body. Led by your third eye, your focused concentration in through your heart. Go beyond the mental plane and leave the fifth dimension entirely. Relax. And just breathe, and on the out breaths, just fall deeper and deeper. Now on the next in-breath, breathe into your causal body. This is the body of willpower. Feel your willpower surging on every in-breath and every out-breath through every nook and cranny of your being, your causal body, the human soul. The first aspect of your monad. Relax as you feel the surging, pulsing of your willpower body, your causal body, of your soul. There will be a tendency for other bodies to react with tension. So stay relaxed. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Feel the willpower body, the causal body that you use consciously to move and direct your actual actions. It is this body of willpower that motivates, where we get our strength, where we get the power, the force to push through, to lift what we never thought we could lift, to leap the heights we never thought we could leap, and indeed to resist the temptations, the cravings, and the aversions we never thought we could resist. Feel the source of your strength. Relax. Breathe into your causal body and feel that strength body expanding and relaxing and contracting on the out breath. Feel into every corner of your causal body. Breathe a little more deeply now. Feel that strength body strengthen and expand even as it relaxes on the out breath. This causal body is well beyond any physical limitations. You can feel it, the expansiveness of it, like a suit of armor, like a mech suit from a Japanese anime. As if your strength was a giant suit of granite that you were wearing. Your willpower reaches out well beyond any physical limitations. This is the causal body, the human soul. Breathe into it. Deeply feel it expanding and growing and strengthening, even as you breathe out. Relax. Relax. And breathe in more deeply. And out again. Feel all that willpower, all that force, that strength. Relaxed and at the ready. And on the next in-breath, fill it up as much as you can, expand it as much as you can, and hold it. Hold the breath, feel every last nook and cranny, every last square inch of your causal body, the body of willpower. And then on the out breath, say to yourself, I am not this body. And let it go, dive deeper, deeper, deep into yourself, through your heart, led by your third eye. Concentrate. Breathe in on the out breath. Relax, leave your causal body behind. Deeper, deeper into yourself. Dive. Relax. Fall on the out breaths. Breathe into your heart and your third eye, which are as one. And fall deeper, deeper into the darkness, into the blackness. And on the next in-breath, breathe into your Buddhic body, your body of consciousness. Relax. Become conscious and aware. Focus and concentrate on your body of consciousness itself. Your body of pure awareness. Be aware of it. Relax. Breathe into it. Fill your body of awareness with its own awareness. Be present and aware of your own awareness. Your Buddhic body. Every single aspect of your being has the capacity for awareness. From the balls of your feet to the top of your head, from the tips of your fingers to the tip of your nose, to the tip of the tongue. Awareness is everywhere in your being. The Buddhic body is everywhere. Relax and breathe. Expand your consciousness into itself. Be aware of nothing else but your conscious body, your Buddhic body. Feel yourself, your consciousness, as a body of pure awareness. Relax. And aware of all the ways in which you are aware. Of all the sensory capacities of your consciousness. Existing as a body that encapsulates all other bodies which came before it. Your Buddhic body is so expansive. It barely has any definition to it. It's like those laughing Buddhas, the chubby laughing Buddhas, these oversized Buddhic bodies. Relax. Be aware that your conscious awareness reaches far beyond any limits that your other bodies might have had. If you wish at another time, you can expand this body out to the size of the planet, perhaps even the size of the solar system, perhaps even to engulf and envelop and contain the breadth and scope of the whole of the Milky Way galaxy. Because your conscious body, your Buddhic body, has that capacity. The expansiveness, potential is there. And no matter how expansive you make it, no matter where you take your conscious Buddhic body, because you can also travel that same galaxy with it. You don't have to expand to the size of the galaxy. You can take it in its present, contained, happy Buddha, laughing Buddha form and simply travel with it. But for now, let us just breathe into it. in its present contained and humble, diminutive form, as ephemeral and almost formless as it may be. And relax. Concentrate. Visualize, if it helps you, to maintain your presence within your Buddhic body. Breathe a little more deeply into it. Feel the expansiveness. Be aware of your awareness. Be aware of all the ways in which you have the capacity for awareness. Relax. Breathe. Concentrate. Visualize. Breathe a little more deeply. Focus that awareness and concentrate and expand. Fill your Buddhic body with more of your conscious awareness on the in-breath, and expand it and deepen that conscious awareness on the out-breath. And relax, relax, relax. And again, more deeply. More of your consciousness back into itself, into its Buddhic body, and out, and relax and expand it. Really feel and be conscious of your Buddhic body. Aware of your awareness, conscious of your consciousness. And on the next in-breath, breathe in really deep and really fill all of your awareness into your Buddhic body. And hold it and feel the expansion, the density of your awareness within your Buddhic body. And on the out-breath, in your mind's eye, say to yourself, I am not this body, and breathe out and let it go, dive deep, deep, deep. And where did you go? You're still in your conscious body. Where can you go from here? This is your consciousness. This is your Buddhic body. Where can we go from here? This is our awareness. Relax and feel yourself still in your conscious body. Now become aware of a presence. With your third eye in your heart as one. Turn with your conscious body and turn and visualize and see your innermost being, your true self. Your innermost Atman. Let your innermost Atman appear to you in whatever form, whatever deification speaks to your heart. Your innermost being can be a resplendent, glowing being of light. Relax. And reach out with your Buddhic body towards your innermost Atman. And allow that Atman, your innermost being, your true self, to come closer. And reach out with your Buddhic body as your Atman, your Atmic body, comes closer and closer. That glowing being of light. Relax. Concentrate. Visualize. See that resplendent being of light getting ever closer to you. As your conscious Buddhic body reaches out to connect and become one with your Atmic body. Breathe into your Buddhic body and expand it, and reach out with each breath and bring your Atmic body, your Atman, closer until that glowing, resplendent body of your true self, your being, is right in front of you. Now, on the next in-breath, breathe in and hold it and reach out with your conscious body, your Buddhic body, and embrace your innermost Atman. And as you breathe out, say, I am he, I am he, I am he, and let your Atmic body merge with your Buddhic body. And feel that resplendent body of light, your Atmic body, inside of you, one with you. And relax and breathe and feel your Atmic body one with your conscious Buddhic body, and one with your body of willpower, your causal body. The three bodies of the monad is one. And relax and focus and concentrate and breathe. And that resplendent being of light, you are that resplendent being of light. And on the out breath, you proclaim, I am he, I am he, I am he, and relax and feel and breathe and be one. Your human soul, your divine soul, and your innermost being, one monad. And relax and breathe and feel yourself, your willpower, your conscious awareness, and your being, all one, together, indivisible. Relax. breathe and relax and focus and concentrate and visualize. Be aware and conscious. Feel the strength of will and how that will is that of your being, that glowing being of light which you are. That light emanating from your heart, filling all of your bodies and expanding outward into the infinitude of the universe. Breathe. Relax. I am he. I am he. I am he. Relax. Concentrate. Visualize. Pray. Now, with your visualization, one with your being, your Buddhic body, an Atmic body, a causal body, all united as one monad. You can look out and see a whole universe of stars. And watch all those stars come together to a single enormous mega cluster of stars. Move with them. Be one of those stars, called forth, beckoned to come home. Relax. Concentrate. Visualize. And pray. I am he, I am he, I am he. But when you look at that cluster of stars nearing one another, becoming more indivisible, becoming one massive, giant, super point of light, move towards it. As you get nearer to it, it's blinding, it's overwhelmingly bright. It's brighter than any sun or star or light source you've ever seen before. Relax, concentrate, and visualize. And as you move closer to that mega cluster of stars, you realize we are them. We are them. We are them. Relax. and move closer and feel the burning heat of that infinite light, all those rays from all those suns and stars that have all joined and united as one into one single point of light. And the rays of light emanating from that single point, focus and concentrate with your third eye and your heart as one on that single point of light that has gathered together all the stars of the universe and is burning with the intensity of all of those suns and stars. And now enter, and now breathe deep. And with that point of light just in front of you, breathe out and let that light enter into your heart. And that point of light, you are now that point of light. It's in the center of your heart, illuminating all that you are, and relaxing and concentrating and visualizing that infinite point of light in the very heart of hearts, the being of beings, the light of lights and the fire of fires, in the very center of all that you are. You say, hey, Asher, hey, hey, Asher, hey, hey, Asher, hey, and relax. And again in English, you can say with that one, with that singular point of light of all the points of light of the entire universe in this very center of your being, relax and say in English, I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. Relax. Concentrate. Visualize. And now let go of the light. Breathe out and go deeper, deeper, deeper. Let the light leave you. Let everything leave you. Everything's gone. Nothing remains. Relaxed. Concentrate. See that there is nothing. Breathing into the nothing. Whenever you're ready, take a deep breath, return to your body. If you have no pressing, urgent desire to return to your body, if you wish to stay wherever you are, which is nowhere, which is nothing, we will wait until we get some people putting comments or something to indicate. There is no rush. You take your time. We can be here all day. To those of you who are adventurous, there is something beyond that nothing. But you can't open the door in the same way that we got to where we are now. How you got to where you are was one thing. How you go into nothing and beyond nothing, that is for you to explore and discover on your own. No one can show you the way. No one can tell you how. But from that nothing, from the absolute, in where you are now, you may be shown the way, and you may be shown things. But that's not up to us, and that's not up to you. Tiffany says, I was going to say, that's a hard one to come back from. So much so, Tiffany, that probably most everyone is still there. And we agree. Yeah? We don't disagree. Let's put it that way. But even that is not the end. Even that is only just a new beginning. Now, without belaboring the point, if you check in with yourself, you feel the way you feel, you become aware of yourself now, the space that you are in, no matter if you're still in the meditation or if you've come back to your body, it doesn't matter. For someone to say that they can make their life a meditation, the next time you do your self-observation, in any circumstance that you are in, you know what real meditation feels like. For someone to say that they can sustain this 24 hours a day in everything that they do, in every circumstance that they face, and say that their life is a meditation, you now know that they don't know what meditation is. But this is the promise of these exercises. This is the promise of this path. Imagine if we could go through life with this equanimity, with this peace, with this calm, with this level of focused concentration, free of distraction. So that those of you who are still in meditation, but even those of you who have come out, you can be listening to our voice, watching us even on the video, and have absolutely nothing else in your mind, no distractions, nothing in your body, nothing, no sensations, nothing. You with completely single pointed concentration and focus, complete calm, complete relaxation. And we can speak to you with so much more clarity and with so few stumbling over our own words like we normally do. So in truth, perhaps in the future, we should also take an hour, half an hour or an hour and meditate before every live stream. Will certainly make for a much less animated live stream. But remember, the point is not that we have to go through life this way all the time. But in the same way that we lift heavy weights in the gym, not so that we go through life lifting heavy weights, but so that when we do have to lift things, we are able to do so. We have the strength to do so. We have the technique to do so. We have the ability to do so. Supin Kashpur says, I tuned in late, but I can feel way more focused and calm energy than usual. There are many, many techniques, many ways to arrive at that place of single-pointed consciousness and nothingness, shunyata. There are many visualizations that we can use. A 5-year-old can lie in his bed and simply close his eyes and keep telling himself like a mantra, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper. And through his own experience, learning that on the out breath, one can go deeper. As Azazel says, he also tuned in late, but that he had a similar session the night before this evening. He said 14 hours in bed as a consequence. The point is to get us to a place, a state where one can experience being without distraction, without subjectivity. So in this particular latter meditation, the one of going deeper into oneself, deeper into the bodies and beyond, a stripping away, getting to the very core, the very heart of the onion by peeling back layer after layer after layer after layer. Again, once one arrives at that final place, that's just the beginning of a whole new level. And where your meditation can go from there, only you can discover, only you can know for yourself. But those ingredients can always be utilized in one capacity or another. Relaxation, concentration, the visualization, and prayer. They're not always all of them required, but relaxation and concentration are. visualization and prayer depends on the technique, the nature of the meditation you are embarking on, or the direction that the meditation is going. But relaxation and concentration are non-negotiable. Benjamin says, this works dope on the exercise bicycle or just exercising. We will take your word for it. So the calm and concentrated aspects, the focus, that you can easily see how that can emerge and how that is applied to so-called meditative activities. How activities can become meditations. But to be able to sustain this state for 24 hours in the face of, as we said, all sorts of conflicts and circumstances and situations, well, maybe that is the long-term goal. Maybe it is something to work toward. But achieving this state without or forcing this state and not allowing our egos to react causes all sorts of other problems. Because there are two types of exercise. Obviously, the meditation that we practice and meditative activities are a certain type of exercise. It's like training. But then another practice, another exercise, the self-observation and self-remembering. We have to be able to witness our egos reacting, tempting us. We have to be able to see that. Otherwise, we have no material, we have no evidence with which to use in the other type of meditation that we showed you last week. We must protect ourselves from mystic pride and a sense of false piety. There are many people who go through life feigning enlightenment and feigning perfection and feigning mastery because for whatever reason, in whatever way, they use meditation or some faux-like meditation technique to be able to remain calm and in control. But that doesn't mean that they have eliminated all their egos. It doesn't mean that they've become free of their personality. It doesn't mean that they've incarnated the Christ, because for that to be true, they would have to be resurrected masters. But there's plenty of people going around pretending like they are, or the equivalent of. And the problem with that, of course, is that they are not just kidding themselves, they're fooling others. They're deceiving others through their own mystic pride or their own conscious deception. Or they're creating of themselves a bona fide Hasnamusin or an awakened demon. Because so long as we have the egos inside of us, in our subconscious mind, just because they don't come to the surface, that's called repression. It doesn't mean that we are free of our egos, because we can outwardly maintain our composure. The black magicians and politicians are very good at this. The elites practice this. How to control their emotions, how to maintain self-control when they're in public. And of course, when they're in private, they let it go. They let down their guard. When they finally can relax, the mask comes off, and all of a sudden, all their hedonistic desires and everything else are released. All their suppressed anger and frustration and fear and need to control comes out of them in their private life, which is why they're so secretive and why they have their various different secret activities that they do involving all sorts of debauchery and hedonism and degeneration. But when they're in public, they can put on airs as if they're absolute masters of their emotions, that they're stoic masters. And they can speak so eloquently, and well, they can read off teleprompters very eloquently. And they can feign their grandiosity. We mustn't fall into the trap of just because we can experience states of being, states of consciousness, like the one we did in meditation, and perhaps sustain it for a few hours after meditation. We mustn't allow that to give us a false sense of divinity, a false sense of mastery, like many people do. Because they experience shunyata, they think that's it. The universe is nothing. I've experienced nothing. I can experience that. I can be that. So that's it. My journey is over. I'm enlightened. I'm a master. I'm one with nothingness, etc., 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 etc. No, they're not. But it's so easy for mystic pride to convince us that we are. We convince ourselves. Suffice it to say, that was a fairly intense practice. One thing about meditation that we should also be aware of, and we should caution you against attempting to do, is too much, too soon, too often. Because you will burn out. If you try doing the meditation that we did today, if you try doing that, if you've never meditated before, or you've only sort of half-heartedly meditated, or regardless, maybe half an hour, 20 minutes at a time, that type of thing. If you try doing the meditation that we did today, if you try doing that every single day starting today for an hour or more, you will burn yourself out. Give yourself time. Work your way up. Don't ever put a clock on your meditation, like many people do. They say, I'm going to meditate for 30 minutes, and they set a timer. Don't do that. You don't need that. At the same time, many of us will feel at times when we're meditating that we are being kicked out of our meditation. It really does feel that way, that we're being kicked out. Look at a clock. Have a clock handy, so that if you feel as though you're being kicked out of your meditation, someone's telling you that's enough for today. And you look at the clock and you notice that it's exactly half an hour. or exactly 45 minutes, or exactly 60 minutes, there's a good chance that that's it. You're done for the day. It's that your innermost being was saying, okay, that's enough for today. Because meditation takes energy, meditation takes tremendous effort. And if you spend too much time in meditation, you won't have energy, you won't have concentration and focused attention left. Especially if you meditate in the morning, you can burn up and use all your creative energy meditating in the morning, and then you have nothing to work with the rest of the day. You can't do your self-observation or self-remembering throughout the rest of the day. You can't harness anything that you learned in meditation or any of the abilities that you cultivated in your morning meditation the rest of the day. In the same way that if you spend all of your energy on all sorts of frivolous activities during the day, you won't have energy at night to meditate. It's the same thing. We have to manage our energy because we only have a limited amount of energy to work with each day. But if you've only been meditating for 10 minutes or 15 minutes and get booted out, or you get booted out arbitrarily in no particular time, or it's likely that you might have been on the verge of some breakthrough in meditation and an ego was kicking you out. So this is another test of discernment, our capacity to know where the motivation is coming from and what is the source of this or that impulse. If we're being booted out of meditation because our innermost is saying that's enough, or if we're being booted out of meditation before it's enough. And no one can tell you which is which. We can only give you general guidelines, and we can tell you that both instances do occur. Depends on your situation. Depends on what is important to you and important to you in terms of your path and in terms of your development and your journey. If what's important to you now is to be in meditation for as long as possible, or if you have other things that you need to be able to do and you can't spend all your time and energy in meditation, but also if you're on the verge of a breakthrough and there are entities inside of you that don't want you to have that breakthrough, they're going to be trying to prevent you from having it. And so prematurely having the urge to end your meditation could be a sign that you are on the brink, you're just on the verge, on the edge of a samadhi or of some comprehension or some other experience, some other insight. These are all facets and aspects of the practice that people never talk about. And the reason why people never talk about them, because people very rarely actually meditate. They get to the point where they begin meditating and they decide, okay, I quieted my mind, I did what my meditation was meant to do, and now I'm done. And we're not going to belabor this point unnecessarily, but we all know, or we should know by now, certainly after today, that quieting the mind is not the goal of meditation. And it's not the end of meditation. Certainly, we hope after today, you know that there are levels and levels and levels and levels and levels and levels and levels upon levels and levels. And that there are Buddhist monks, for example, that have been meditating for decades, for many hours a day, and for all night. Many of them don't sleep in any traditional physiological, neurological sense. They awaken in the astral plane while their body sleeps, and they meditate in the astral plane for 8 hours while their body sleeps. And many of them have never reached the end of their meditative journey. So anyone who claims that their meditation journey is over and they don't need to meditate anymore, they are just, as we said, fooling themselves and deceiving others. Benjamin says, does the motivation for motivation emerge from the realm of the archetypes? Hence, we are getting insights from it. Does the motivation for motivation emerge from the realm of archetypes? Okay, he says, sorry, he meant motivation for meditation. The motivation for meditation comes from our innermost being. But since our innermost being is an individuated essence of the Logos, that is our innermost intimate Christ, is Atman. The being of beings is Allux, the Christ, all light, God light, the fire of fires and the light of lights, which we experienced to a very, 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 very minute degree in our meditation. So in that final visualization that we shared with you of the coming together of the stars into the single point of light, that drew us likewise into the light, that call comes from the Logos, from the Christ, the being of beings, that calls all beings together to be as one, to return home. You could say that that emerges from the realm of archetypes, but it doesn't really. It emerges from the absolute. Which sent all the monads out on their journey of countless lifetimes to begin with. The world of archetypes, even like the Christ exists in that level, but the world of archetypes itself is the unformed essences of form. So it's not formlessness, but it's formless form. It's the formless essence of form. So in a sense, the answer is yes, but in another sense, the answer is no. But for us as individuals, what called us as a 5-year-old being to lie down on our bed and to search for what was in there, I mean, we attribute that motivation to Allux, or sorry, to Attlas. Because I was just a 5-year-old mortal kid who closed my eyes and says something's in there, something wants me to find it. Well, that was Attlas, right? My true self, my higher self. And then beyond the being of beings, the Christ, Allux, that was a whole other level. But I didn't go in search of Allux until I was strong and confident with my connection with Attlas. It wasn't until I had a firm grounding in myself, in my being, that I began going together as one with my being in search of the being of beings. I'm a very staunch proponent of you have to crawl before you walk, before you run, before you fly. So theoretically, sure, all motivation comes from the highest level. But practically, you don't muddy the waters with all of that. Go step by step by step by step. You'll get there. Now, in terms of the other aspect, hence, are we getting insights from it? From the world of archetypes, you mean? Again, this question is one that's being asked by a rational mind, and it's expecting the kind of answer that a rational mind wants to have, which is why it asked the question in the first place. The answer is yes and no. Because I can't draw a circle for you without the world of archetypes informing the very circle that I'm drawing. Because no circle can exist without the essence of circularity, which exists in the world of archetypes. But if you ask me to draw you a circle, do I, the mortal human drawing a circle on a paper, am I getting that circle from the world of archetypes? The answer is no. And the answer is yes. But the real practical answer is no, because you can ask a monkey to draw you a circle. You can ask an atheist, someone who knows nothing about what we're talking about here, to draw you a circle. There are many intellectuals who have written many books about sacred geometry. And the source of their books was completely from their rational intellectual mind. But of course, the underlying essence of sacred geometry is in the world of archetypes. But that doesn't mean that they were receiving that from there. So this is a subtle, difficult, challenging thing to wrap your head around. In our case, we are in a slightly different situation because of the fact that we've been meditating from a very young age, and we made contact and connection with our higher self at a young age, and so on and so forth, and that the nature of our physiognomy and the burden that we carry we've discussed this before, our clairvoyance is not at these lower levels. Our clairvoyance is at a higher level, a higher dimensional level, which means that we see archetypes. But that's the nature of our clairvoyance. It doesn't mean that everybody has access to that in the way that we do. Not to say that we have some sort of miraculous, perfect access to the world of archetypes. We don't. Not even close. We are shown what we need to see. Information is on a need-to-know basis. But even then, what we receive, we have to contextualize, not interpret, but express through the consciousness and through the mind. So there are no cut and dry, easy answers here. This is when you start getting into the world of archetypes, you start getting into the realm of the unformed essences of reality, that the rational mind just doesn't really belong there. It can't really go there, and it certainly can't receive directly from there. There's a chain of command. There's a hierarchy where things go, and the mortal rational mind receives everything through the innermost being and their divine mother. But again, as we said, if you receive an insight, the unformed essences of that insight do exist in the world of Absolute, because nothing can exist without its foundation. We don't know if we've explained ourselves correctly, because we just feel like it's a hopeless cause trying to explain the metaphysical science of how things come into being, into manifestation from the world of Absolute, in such a way that, because it's not a linear, systematic, one-to-one mechanical thing. It's something more subtle than that, and it's more fluid, and it's more, yeah, that's all we can say about it, Benjamin. We don't know if we answered your question or not. We really don't. Does anyone have any other questions or comments or? We went for, the meditation lasted, including the first part, like all told, a good 2 hours. So we don't think we're not going to push our luck with another one for today. Maybe another time, but we as we discussed last week and what people asked for, we wanted to give you, again, some different perspectives and some different techniques and methodologies. And hopefully you will walk away from today with more tools for your toolkit, recognizing that you can mix and match these. That there is no hard, fast rule that says, if you do this type of meditation, this is exactly how you have to do it. You can use the going deeper into yourself in preparation to do another meditation, in preparation to do your retrospection. You can use your psychological judo to prepare yourself for going deeper into yourself, or you can use your psychological judo to prepare you for retrospection. Or any combination at any point in time, in any meditation you're doing, you can stop and say, I don't really feel like I'm in that place where I need to be. And you can take 5 or 10 minutes and go from your bodies, one body to another, to another, to another, and just dive deep into yourself until you get to this place, this space where you feel, okay, now I'm deeper in this meditation. Now I can continue with my retrospection, or I can continue with my analysis of the ego, or whatever it is that you're meditating. Or you can ask to be shown an insight, a vision into anything that you're facing in your life. That is something that we can't walk you through or show you how to do because, for example, because there's no way for us to see what it is you're seeing, and also there's no way for us to know what it is that you want to know. We can't do a guided meditation for you on the information that you seek. But you can go into meditation using any of the techniques that you know of, and understanding the main ingredients: relaxation, concentration, visualization, and prayer. And having gone through several examples and experiences now where you've become one with your innermost being and prayed together as your innermost being, you can pray to be shown, to be given answers, to be shown, to see what it is that you need to know. And if you approach it with enough humility and enough relaxed concentration and devotion, and if it's really important to your path and to your life to know something, then there's a very good chance that you will be shown, that it will be revealed to you what it is that you need to know, if you really truly need to know it. If it's just something that you want to know, there's no guarantee that any amount of meditation is going to result in you receiving knowledge on the basis of you just want to know something. No, you really need to know. If you really need to know it, then again, with the right humility and devotion and approach and meditative technique to get you to that place, then from there you can be shown just about anything. Benjamin says, indeed, the mind is not a source of raw insight, but rather more mechanical. That's why we need to meditate and connect to the true source of wisdom. Thank you for the explanation. Well, you're welcome, Benjamin. Anyone else? Any more questions? Any more comments or concerns or requests? We get the feeling that everybody is just everybody just taken and just turned the dial way down. And that's fine. That's okay. So if there's nothing else from anyone else, then we want to wish you all a good week. And we look forward to seeing you all next week. And we'll have a topic sometime, the usual. Diana says, thank you. You're welcome, Diana. And we'll have the topic and we'll post it same usual 24 hours ahead of time because we don't know what it's going to be yet. Tiffany says, yeah, I'm still pretty zoned over here. Thank you, Attlas. You're welcome, Tiffany. Thank you for being here. Benjamin says, thank you, sir. Thank you, Benjamin, for being here as always. Thank all of you. Hope you have a good week. Hope the weather starts getting nice wherever you are. For us, it was nice for a bit, but then it turned cold again. It's actually 1 degree. That's Celsius. So we actually had snow today, believe it or not. So we had a mild winter, but it seems like it's it's going to be lingering for a while still. So anyway, again, thank you all for being with us. We look forward to seeing you again soon. And have a great week. And as always, inferential peace. Take care, everyone.